Good morning, guys. This is Veronica from Magic City Octane. This is my first time in Birmingham, Alabama, specifically at Magic City Octane. I've already feel like really welcome. So this cup was given to me last night at the dinner. We put in all people together, all the sponsors together. And it's very special because that's the first of its kind. So I feel like very privileged. And today what I would like to do is to get the vibe of the event, to see what's happening, to meet the people, to see the cars, and overall to answer the question, why do people go through all the trouble putting the car show together? We're still in the prepping mode to put everything together before people actually arrive to the car show. As you can see right behind me, those are the sponsors. They call themselves the slow row, and everything in front of me right here, all of this should be filled with local car clubs, and I know there is Porsche car club, there is Corvette car club, BMW, and we'll see who else. Let's go and talk to one of the organizers and main sponsors and ask like what's happening, what to expect, basically anything we would like to know. Hey Tom, how are you?
I'm good, good morning.
Good morning. So how is everything?
Really good. We're getting ready to probably have the biggest turnout we've ever had.
So how many cars do you expect today?
Over 500.
Over 500, okay, so that's a lot of cars. The question I'm trying to answer, usually I go to different car shows, I see different car clubs and cultures. What is the reason? Why to go through all this hassle instead of sleeping, comfortably right now, Saturday morning, but you're here running around, putting cones together, navigating cars, telling where to go. Why are you doing this?
For what I like doing it, and the other thing is we've got a bunch of different car clubs in Alabama that come together. You got Team Corvette, you got Mob Inc., Men of Birmingham and Nice Cars, Mountain Boot Driving Club, the Mopar Club that just showed up, some of the guys. And it's just with the dealers for Maserati, they can show their newest cars they got out. Mercedes can show the newest cars. Ferrari came in from Nashville, which was a big treat for us today. It's just everybody showcase what you have and what you're proud of. I don't care if we've even had people bring boats before.
Really?
We had a boat at Donzie on a trailer. I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever.
I mean, it had wheels at that point,
Yeah.
so okay.
If you're, I don't care if you're a car enthusiast, come on, we have a great time.
Wonderful, and it's a beautiful location, so I'm looking forward to see all the cars later today. And I talk to you soon. Let's look at the cars. Let's see what's actually presented today. I think those are the biggest superstars of today's show. This is 2003 Enzo Ferrari, and this is 2006 Ford GT. So we have a little bit of Ford versus Ferrari going on here. So what's interesting about cars is Enzo, there were only 70 cars allocated for US, and it was the first car that was inspired and built as a Formula One car. But she wasn't. She was a street legal road car. The Ford GT, and I'm pretty sure like everybody knew about this rivalry. So we would not have Ford GT if it wasn't for Ferrari. Of course, it wasn't the Enzo, it was like way back. But Ford was the first car who finally won in 1966, if I'm not mistaken, Le Mans, 24-hour Le Mans. It took them 2 years, and I'm pretty sure like one of the sources say that Ford spent close to $1 billion for the program. Yeah, I already see the SF90 very recently. I think last week there was the track version unveiled, the XX version, super fast with the first wing that was put on the car since F50. We have 599. By the way, 599 designer is the same designer who built Enzo. Just a little bit of information. 75th anniversary celebration of Porsche was a big event this early in the month, last month as well. This was my favorite car, believe it or not. The Maserati GT, I loved it. Well, in my version, it would have been convertible, but I think this is one of the most beautiful cars. It's very affordable. This is something that people can have. It sounds amazing. Yeah, she's cranky. She has a few points that needs to be fixed, but beautiful car. It's a daily driver for many guys wanting to become part of the supercar community, of the sport car community. That's the car to go. So we have a good representation of Corvette Alpha. Alpha is amazing. I was actually, at some point I was told that C4 should be the car to invest in, that they're gonna skyrocket at some point. So I don't know how true that is, but if you're thinking to invest in car, She's also very affordable. You can go with it. Check out the color combo behind me. It's very 4th of July inspired. Red, white, and blue. Look at it, love it. What is happening here? I'm really short. I don't fit in the frame. And Scott is really tall. So I decided to get a little bit more on his eye level.
There we go.
That's why I'm balancing here, I'm falling. I'm here with Scott. The reason I'm actually at this event. So thank you so much for the invitation. I'm really excited to be here. It's very cool.
We're really
like
happy
it.
to have you.
Thank
Really
you.
happy to have you. And I'm really thankful that you responded.
But you know what? There was a reason I responded to you. Even though your account looked like very funky, I was like, who is this guy? Like, what's your name? McDaddy, right?
Yes.
I love it, by the way.
Mac Daddy.
Yes.
My daughter's name is Mackenzie.
So, but the reason I actually responded because your message was very professional. And I was like, okay, so it's not a kid behind the, like typing behind this message.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, this is cool. But then what happened, I think we should share the story.
We should.
I think it's even more fun.
Yes.
So when we started talking and we started like exchanging messages like about the event, I should come take some few pictures. So what we've discovered that we've kind of known each other before we actually met.
We have a common connection.
Yes.
7 degrees of separation,
Yes.
so to speak.
So what happened last year, and I was, as I already mentioned, I was at Pebble Beach and I was at the unveiling of Gran Turismo. And I just happened to be with one of the guys from Alabama, the dealer, the Maserati dealer.
Right.
And we started like talking, and Scott mentions that he also has an MC20, as you can tell from the hat, right? So I sent him a picture of me sitting with Klaus, the main designer.
Yes.
And what he spots in the picture is a little drawing. So he sends me the drawing that has his name on it. I was like, I know who you are.
That's right.
I know when this picture was
Klaus
made.
did our drawings at the same time.
Yes, and you were the first MC20 delivery in Alabama.
In Alabama. Yes.
Yes.
So
this guy, so I met him almost exactly a year ago,
right.
virtually.
Now, and here we are.
Here we are.
At Magic City Octane.
Yep.
And we're so happy to have you.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
so much. So I think it's a great story overall, just how small car community is. I keep saying it's just like one big family.
It is.
And you constantly run into people, you constantly like see somebody you know. It's so cool.
No matter where you go, we all have a common interest.
Yes.
And generally a common story. Leading by example, setting the example
Yeah.
out there for everyone that wants to get involved with the car community as well.
That's awesome. So what is happening today? I know like it's a gathering, it's a monthly gathering that happens every second Saturday of the month,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we already have phenomenal presence of cars. I'm blown away. By the way, I've seen a lot of cars. I've seen a lot of car shows. This is amazing. I was not expecting this.
We're a well-kept secret in Birmingham. You wouldn't think coming to Birmingham, Alabama, that we have all of these cars or this kind of car community, but it has grown over the years. And you got to thank, the sponsors of Magic City Octane, Tom Fisher, Austin Tynes, all those guys that really started it and made it to what it is today. And we're expanding all the time. And we just wanted to get the word out and came across you, and which was a great piece. And here you are, so
Thank
helping
you.
us, and we hope to have a great partnership as we go forward.
Amazing. I'm really excited to be here. So the people, as I mentioned before, people are amazing here. Very welcoming, very nice, love their cars. And it's a slightly different vibe from what I used to.
Yeah.
It's not the Miami vibe, it's not the Atlanta vibe. It's a very unique, very, I don't want to say small town because I haven't really seen much outside of this plaza yet.
Hey, it is.
But it has this vibe of like little family, everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
But the presence is amazing, and we have amazing sponsors, and we walk the road a little bit. We have Mercedes, we have Branson Horse of Nashville as one of the sponsors, the Slow Row again,
Slow road.
with phenomenal cars, phenomenal specs. So Scott, tell me, what is the purpose of this car show? Because again, like it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of people coordination to put together, like
It's a lot
T-shirts.
Shirts and sponsors and money
Sponsors and
and
money, exactly.
coordination. It's really a community event. It gives back to the community, number one. It's you set the example. People see your cars. It's really a cohesive event to bring the car community together, because there are so many like-minded people, and if you can ever establish an event that brings those like-minded people together, you can make an impact. And the story, the message that we all of us give to kids, the efforts that we do out in the community with the indie events, with the Children's Hospital, with our own events, is really our way to give back to the community. If we were in it just for ourselves, it's a lot of commitment, first of all, but if we were in it just for ourselves, we'd stay home with our cars. But I think there's a level of responsibility that you have when you step into this kind of realm in the supercars, any kind of car piece that is just looked at with that emotion that we talked about earlier. I think that
those butterflies, I call them butterflies.
Yes. And I think there's a level of responsibility that you have to relay that message. And if you just infect one kid's life out here, then it's all worth it.
That's perfect. And that's a common message that I see across. And that's what I experience when people ask me why I do what I do. Well, first of all, I enjoy it. I love it. I love to be surrounded by cars. I love to be surrounded by similar-minded people that we're crazy about cars, and that's truly inspiring. But I think the other thing is for other people is to educate and to inspire.
That's right.
So that's another thing. One of the things that I usually do is sometimes I work at car shows and I'm the decision maker. Who is the exotic car entering the exotic slot? So I'm the gate opener, and I see every time people screaming, "My car is an exotic! I belong in here!" Right? What is, in your opinion, exotic car? What is the definition of exotic car? What is an exotic car?
So an exotic car is something you don't find every day, right? So it's not a commonality. It's not a common car like, say, a Prius, or even from the standpoint of my daughter's Camry, or something like that. And it's something that has an exclusivity about it, that has a reputation about it, that has a history about it. And it doesn't have to be American, it doesn't have to be Italian, it doesn't have to be German. It can be anything with that aura that this is a special car to me. That's what an exotic means to me.
Very cool.
So.
Very cool. I like the definition. All right, guys, I would like to present to you again, Tom and his beautiful wife, Suzette.
Thank you.
First of all, amazing show, amazing turnout.
Thank you.
And I know we're standing behind your GT, the Ford GT that you brought today. But I know you shared, your family has a beautiful collection of cars.
Yes.
So I want to know what that collection is. What cars do you have? How did you end up with this life? How did you get into cars?
It's a passion since I grew up with my father racing, Tom Fisher Racing Enterprises. And we've had quarter-mile cars, dragsters, race funny cars, alters. As far as my collection goes, I got a 2017 ACR E Extreme Aero Viper, G-Wagon, Ford GT, 911 GT3, and a Ventador S right now.
Very cool. Do you drive any of the cars?
Well, a few, but not if they're stick.
It's okay. What is your favorite car to be a passenger in?
Oh, to be a passenger, probably the GT.
The GT?
Yes.
It has that a really raw feeling.
It does. It does.
Very nice.
And it's very nice ride.
It is? Very cool. Very cool. A lot of times people debating what is an exotic, especially exotic car. So what in your definition is exotic car?
It would be a super hypercar, something with extreme horsepower, mostly a mid-engine car. You got Ferrari, you got Lamborghini, you got Ford GT, you got Bugatti, you got pretty much the whole realm.
Well, you have 599 there.
Yeah.
Is she a supercar? Is she an exotic? That was a trick question because it's not. It's front engine car. What is the purpose of this entire festival that's happening right now? It's amazing. All the people showing up, all the cars showing up, and I can see them still pulling in.
Yes.
The function is to bring all the car clubs in Alabama together. I'm the event coordinator for Magic City Octane. Membership, sponsorship, and it's a lot of work to keep this thing going, and it's getting bigger every time we have it. Right this weekend, we're probably 700 plus cars and still growing. I would like to thank all my sponsors and members for supporting it. I couldn't do it without them. Very important.
And thank you so much for having me. I'm having an amazing time. And I love this place. I love this event. I'm having special treatment everywhere I go. So I have my name tag. I have my personalized cup. I love it. Thank you so much for that. So I know I will be back. And for anyone like in the area, or even if you're in Atlanta area, this is a very beautiful event. Come, drive by. It's a beautiful drive, very easy, 2.5 hours probably. And by the way, I saw a few Atlanta cars. I'm gonna go say hi to them.
Awesome.
So come by, see every second Saturday of the month.
Yes.
Magic City Octane is happening right here. And you can have amazing coffee and food at the Fleming's Steakhouse, which is happening right next to. Thank you so much for having us and best of luck.
Thank you.
And we're back at Magic City Octane, and I'm here with Chris, or as they call you, the walking encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's debatable.
So now we're gonna test some knowledge. Give me the definition of exotic.
Exotic is unique, different, low numbers, maybe foreign for where you are. So an exotic car in America could be different from an exotic car in Italy. So like a Corvette would be an exotic car in Italy because the numbers are so few.
You just actually answered my next question because I wanted to ask you. So we might cut it later for Corvette people, but is Corvette an exotic?
Corvette is, I own a Corvette. I'll go ahead and clarify that. And it's borderline exotic. I'll be diplomatic and say that it's close, but I don't call it truly an exotic car.
And I think the main argument is the number of produced units.
That's correct, that's right.
Everything else kind of fits the bill, but number of produced units makes it a little bit debatable
That's
if it's
correct.
an exotic.
So if they came out with a 4GT competitor like the Zora or so forth, if the numbers were really low, then it would be, in my opinion, an exotic at that point.
Cool. If you like what you see, you want to be part of this amazing experience, you want to meet new people, you want to make new friends, you want to bring your car or you want to get into cars, every second Saturday of the month,
Second Saturday of every
month. Yeah, Magic City Octane is happening right here on this plaza. Unless you guys are going to grow even bigger.
We are. Birmingham, Alabama at the Summit. Magic City Octane, the second Saturday of every month. Also, make sure you follow Veronica, Instagram, YouTube. Follow us.
Whatever those other things like I cannot keep up with.
Absolutely.
Right?
And follow Magic City Octane on Instagram. And we look forward to seeing you.
Exactly, yeah. Come join us and enjoy all the amazing cars.